Will we eat in heaven? Or will we be so satisfied that we won't even have a desire or a need to eat? Greetings, my name's Harley, and I'm looking at a series of questions about heaven on this channel, and I'm glad that you're joining us as we continue exploring what is heaven like, and specifically talking today about will there be food and the enjoyment of food in heaven. I, like most of you, enjoy eating. I love eating. Food, Glorious Food is a song that comes to mind from the musical Oliver. I want you to picture with me your favorite meal. Why do you enjoy that meal so much? Because it's probably a coming together of several ingredients and smells and tastes and textures all combining for your enjoyment. You see, I believe that God gave us ingredients as well as senses so that we could enjoy food and eating. You see, it's not just about the food, it's also the process of eating. God created us to enjoy companionship and relationship when we eat. We enjoy sharing a meal with a significant other. We enjoy sharing a meal with a large group of friends when we celebrate a special occasion in somebody's life. But the question does remain of will we still eat in heaven? And the reason we ask this is because heaven is a place of perfection. It's a place where we will be with God. We will see God and be with God. It's a place where our deepest longings will be satisfied. So in our satisfied state, will we not have a desire or a need to eat? So to answer this, I'm going to speak to heaven. And when I talk about heaven, I'm going to be talking about the new heavens and the new earth, not the present heaven. And if you have questions about the difference between those two, I'll link a video at the end of this video that talks about that. So in the new heavens, in the new earth, with our resurrected bodies, will we eat? My personal conviction is yes. And I want to give you 3 quick thoughts as to why. The first thought is this: food was an important part of life in this world before sin came in and changed everything. If you read the book of Genesis in chapters 1 and 2, God instructs Adam and Eve to eat. And so eating was an important part of life before sin came in and changed everything. The second reason is that Jesus, with his resurrected body after he was raised to life again, ate himself. And I think Jesus is a template to show us what our resurrected bodies might look like when our bodies are raised to life again too. And so when he comes to his disciples in Luke chapter 24, they're freaked out. They're thinking that he's a ghost. And to show them that he's real, that he's not a ghost, he eats a piece of broiled fish. The third reason is that Jesus pointed towards a future meal. As he was celebrating the Last Supper before he died with his apostle, he talked about not enjoying the meal with them again until his kingdom had come. In Matthew 26 verse 9, there's a very clear verse that talks about this. There's so much that could be said on this topic of food and eating, and I think this question actually leads to a series of other questions. Like, will we get hungry in heaven? If we do eat, will we get hungry? Or how will our heavenly bodies digest food? What will we eat and what will it taste like? What will food taste like in heaven? Will there be meat in heaven? And the all-important question of will there be coffee in heaven? Now, these are all questions that are actually addressed in this really helpful book by a guy named Randy Alcorn. It's called Heaven, and I'd highly recommend it to you because there's a whole chapter that talks about eating in heaven, and it answers every one of those questions I just listed out. Now, obviously, if you'd like me to try and tackle one of these questions, I'd be more than happy to do that, or any other question that you may have about heaven. So please shoot me a message. You'll find instructions on how to do that below in the description. I'd love to hear from you. Obviously, if you'd like to hear more content on this channel, please subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you sometime soon. Thanks.